welcome to Geekology. I'm David Sibilia.
And I'm Sven Harvey.
And today we're going to be discussing the Star Trek, the official Starships collection, issue 22 and 23. Aren't you proud of me? I didn't say episode 1. That was so good. Okay, so first of all we've got the Krenim Weapon Ship.
Yes.
Now, I know you're not the biggest fan of Voyager, but Year of Hell was one of my favourite episodes.
Otherwise known as Clarence Bodicker Kills the Voyager.
Essentially. But this was an impressive ship. And it was a wonderful episode, and I'm kind of hoping that Eagle Moss revisit that episode and do the beat up version of Voyager.
Yes.
Because it really did look good. I mean, I don't know how they do the little force fields over the bridge and that, but it'd be nice to see the... And you know what? I'd like to see the beat up Voyager, and I'd like to see the ablative armour Voyager as well.
The one that looks like a Batmobile.
Yeah, that's the one. Batmobile Voyager, go love it. So, first of all, for the actual model itself.
Yes.
Lots of artexing on this one, which we know that the fans are really into. The weight of it is you know, it's quite a chunk, but unfortunately all the weight is in the back. It's in this one part. The paint on it is really nice.
Yeah.
I like the blue plastic that they used on the weapon arms.
Yes. It does look quite good up against the light, doesn't it?
It does, although I'm a little disappointed that there's no central diamond.
Yeah, that's understandable.
They could have done that in the blue plastic, I feel. But there's just no way that they would have ever released this as a model.
No.
You know, it was okay. Technically, it was 2 episodes because it was a 2-parter.
Yeah.
But even so, it was a one-off enemy.
Yeah.
So and technically, in the timelines, no longer an enemy because.
Yeah, it never existed, did it?
So yeah, but I really like it. I think they did a really nice job with it.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it except for the missing diamond, but.
Well,
you know,
it's one of those. Are you going to say it's missing? Because you know it's arguable. Because when the ship is powered down, it's not there. When the ship is powered up, it is. So
swings and roundabouts on that then.
Yeah,
I would have thought. Right.
But it sits on the stand nicely, and it just looks quite impressive.
Yeah.
Now, 23. Oh, you've got bones to pick with this one, don't you?
Yes, I do have bones to pick with it. Right, there we go. The Nebula class.
Now, firstly, this is really heavy.
Well, yes. Mostly D.
Maybe mostly D. The paint job on mine isn't the best in the world, but it has to be said.
It's at the same level as the Enterprise D was.
Oh, I don't think it is.
Careful which Enterprise D you're thinking about.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Because the test one that we got from 2012 is better than
the 2012 one was, but we've already been on record as saying
So this is to the same. I would say this is to the same level as the final version.
Can read yours?
Yeah, of course you can.
No, the same things that annoy me on mine are on yours.
Okay.
Just there and there. It's sloppy painting.
Yeah.
Okay, another one that people have been complaining about this one. Because I've been reading a few reviews because we were a little late getting this video out. It's another one of the ones that the nacelles on the top aren't straight on.
Yeah.
But we've had a few people that subscribe to our show have said they normally take them apart and redo them anyway. So,
Yeah, quite.
It's getting to be one of those things. The more and more I read and talk about these with other fans, the more I realise that a lot of people just go, you know what, it's easier just to do it ourselves.
Yeah, quite.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming more and more these are base models that people then jazz up.
Yeah.
As it were. So yeah.
Now your peeve with it is actually, I kind of agree with you on it.
Yeah, I mean, the U.S.S. Honshu.
Yep.
Why?
There
are two ships of this exact design that were far more interesting and brought to the fore more. I mean, it would have been nice if it had been the U.S.S. Sutherland, which is the one Data commanded in Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Where he single-handedly took out the Romulans from the equation in that particular bit of Civil War.
He's a clever man in any timeline.
That's true. This is very true. And the other ship it could have been is the Farragut. Now, that was... I
would have liked it to have been the Farragut.
The Farragut would have been nice because we did get a really, really good look at that, didn't we, in Generations. But they went with the Honshu, and I don't understand why. I know the Honshu was mentioned on the S9 quite a bit, but it was never really seen close in the screen, on the screen.
I don't think
allegedly.
I don't think there was ever a shot where you actually got to see the name.
No, quite. So I find it's a bit strange that it's that and not the Farragut or the Sutherland, especially being as both of those ships ended up in a Dominion War as well anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. I mean, it's still a Nebula class. They have the option later on of doing the Nebula class with the original oval top.
Yes.
From the Wounded, which was the Phoenix, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a competent model. It's a shame the detailing on the captain's yacht and that area there isn't there, and isn't picked out. But again, it's a £10 model. There's quite a lot of detail on it.
Well, the thing is, we've said time and time again with all of these.
Yeah.
For what we're paying,
there's nothing wrong.
They're incredibly good, and even the ones that there are things wrong with, for what you are paying, they're reasonable models.
Absolutely.
Now, we have had criticism in the past for not going through the magazines. So I will have to say, I liked the Krenim one. I thought the art shots were very good. The information, I've got to confess I knew it all.
Yeah, but you would,
But the magazine was nice.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of paper.
I can't say that about 23, the Nebula class. It's the first one I've had where I had stuck pages, so I had to separate the pages.
Oh, I didn't have that.
Which annoyed me. But again, cover to cover, I knew the information. But it was good, solid stuff.
What I do find very intriguing is the fact that almost everything in it's about all the other Nebula class ships. There's nothing about the Honshu in here at all. In fact, I don't think it's even mentioned.
Well,
that seems a little strange. Look, shot of the Farragut.
Well, you see, this is why when you said I have a pet peeve with this ship, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll go with you on that one. See, personally, I don't mind. I'd be quite happy for them to release all of them as long as, having 12 of exactly the same ship with the different names would be annoying. But if they could show further along the timelines in each of the specification of the ship, I have no problem with having 12 of roughly the same class of ship under different names.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's really annoying. It's going on about the U.S.S. Prometheus,
yes,
the Nebula class Prometheus, which is just like okay. The Phoenix. There's very little about the Sutherland, which is in itself rather irritating. But yeah, I'm just like, could we not have a bit more about, Data being, completely brilliant?
Yeah, but it's about the ship. It's about the ship.
I know it's about the ship, but he captained it. And
but still.
Yeah, I know.
But the shots they used, I mean, the thing is, people are still using the argument, I don't understand why, that you're buying the magazine, not the model.
Yeah.
I've always viewed this as the magazine is the nice little extra bit.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, they're top notch. I wouldn't particularly want to rate the magazine.
No, quite.
Because I don't really view it as a magazine.
Yeah, it's a freebie with a model as well.
Yeah, it's a freebie with a model as far as I'm concerned. The models, on the other hand, I'm more than happy to rate. Now, I'm actually going to give the Krenim a 9.
Oh, okay.
I really
Even without the crystal at the end?
Even without the crystal.
It's just a powered down one.
I just love it.
Fair enough.
It's just really well done. And it's one of the first ones from this range that I was just so excited about them doing. So, brilliant. I'm only going to give the Nebula class a 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this model. But straight out of the box, both of us went, well, our tops aren't straight, and nacelles are out and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's one that I'm going to have to take apart and just redo.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, if I have to take it out of the box and redo it, it's going to start getting marked down.
Yeah.
Now, in the past, me and you have not been that harsh on scoring them when we've had to take them apart and redo them.
Well, we haven't really had to do that much, have we? Because we've
it's normally the
nacelles for replacements.
No. Well, I have done on ones that have been particularly bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to leave the poor people at Eagle Moss alone and just start doing it with that, unless I've got one that is. Right, so I'm still happy with my subscription, which is pretty much what I say after everyone. Yeah. I'm happy with my subscription. But for people in the US and Canada and Australia who are buying these separately and not part of the subscription package, they both get a big thumbs up from me. I definitely recommend both of them. Although obviously you're probably going to have a bit of work to do on that one, but it's it is
what it is.
It's part of the joy. And again, for what we're paying, you can't knock them.
Absolutely.
Really can't. Okay, so what are you going to give yours?
Well, again, I actually had more problems with mine than you had with yours. And though I do really like the ship, because at the end of the day, and they even say this in the magazine, it's the Enterprise D version of the Reliant.
Essentially, yeah.
So you can't half expecting Khan's son
it's the next gen.
At some point.
It's the next gen Reliant.
It's the next gen Reliant. I mean, they really should have had Joachim come back somehow and steal one.
I've got to admit, it's one of those things that I love the concept more than the actual thing. Yeah,
that's understandable. I'm going to go with 7 because I do really, really like the ship. And I think compared with the Enterprise D model, the final Enterprise D model, at least it's at least on a par with that.
Okay.
It's just that these nacelles are slightly annoying and that not being level. But again, that's just gluing at the factory. It just needs gluing back in the right place.
Yeah.
Which is just mildly frustrating. I'm going to give that a 7 as well.
Okay.
Simply because I'm just looking.
You weren't looking forward to that one particularly.
No, it's I mean, I quite like this the blue being used there, the blue clear plastic, but as a Star Trek ship, not even a Starfleet vessel, it just looks a little uninspired to me. But that's because I'm not really attached to the episode, I'm guessing.
Okay. Well, see. For me, it's true to the episode one. It doesn't quite give you the idea of scale, because you've got to bear in mind that the Voyager was tiny in comparison to this thing, So it doesn't give. But that's the thing with this range; it's not in scale. This thing is the equivalent of the Death Star.
Yeah,
it's massive.
I mean, this is something that this range probably could have done with, is actually having little assortments of ships that fit in with things.
Can you imagine what the price range would have to be to do it?
But it'd be like, I mean, it'd be nice if we had, say, a set of little ships that would say the Voyager that went with this, the Enterprise original series that's in scale with the D, things like that, just to show the scale off a little bit, and just have sort of like 5 ships.
You know what they could have done? Which, again, million. On the base, you could have painted, say, a Constitution class ship.
Yeah.
And the size of the ship on the base gives you a clue as to how big the, if it, 1-to-1 scale would be the whole base.
Or even just list on the base how long the ship is.
Yeah, but still, people are going to have trouble visualising.
True.
So it's weird.
True.
Horses for courses.
Absolutely.
But, when you're having to display them as well, especially since now we're up to 23, it's starting to fill up those glass cabinets quite quick.
Yes.
People with shelves and all the rest of it. Because a lot of people went, we'll start on this. And they hadn't thought quite how long this series is going to run for. Which is why I'm kind of cheating and they're just going on shelves and they're getting displayed as and when I need them rather than, as a whole set. I'm looking forward to displaying them as a whole set, but I'm going to do it when I get to the first 50, I think, and then just do them in 25.
It'll be interesting to see if the full set is the full set as we know it now and not another 50 ships at some point.
Oh, I'm hoping they just keep throwing extra ships on. I'll be quite happy to continue with this range for as long as they
what I think might be interesting is when they run out of, say, this and they do another run of them, if they change the decals.
Yeah, could be.
And then some of us will go back and go,
well, maybe.
And the Sutherland, they've done both of those since.
Or maybe
I think they'll have both of those.
Or maybe they'll do those ships further down the line, but do them with slightly different models. Because it's possible, different points in the spec.
There's certainly the whole oval thing for the Phoenix. That would be interesting. But you can imagine the Constitution classes because they all turned up.
Oh yes, every Constitution class was in there.
Yeah, so it would be like, we can have we've got to have the Defiant.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we've got to have the Constitution class Defiant's got to be done.
Well, that about wraps it up for these two. We do have an official statement from Eagle Moss regarding these ships, which we'll include in our next video as this one's running a little bit long. But yeah, I mean, we've got some live events coming up as well, don't we?
Absolutely. We've got Auto Assembly, which is in August, where you're coming along for a day with good luck, aren't you?
Oh, a whole day at a Transformers event with people who have seen what I have said about Transformers. Yeah, they've said that too. So it could be an interesting day. But we also have First Contact Day.
Yes, First Contact Day is next year. It's 2 days in April, which means disco. Yes, I'm sure they put it on just for you.
You know what? I absolutely, I love my geek discos. You can't beat them. But in all fairness, I think that the boys and girls did a fantastic job at last year's one.
Yeah.
We had a whale of a time. I hope that as many of you as possible will buy tickets for the next one because it's just going to be great. It's always nice. The thing that got me the most about it was obviously by fans for fans.
Yeah.
And they did a lot for their in-house charity, and then a few people came along, such as us, doing bits for their own charities. And they helped them out as well, and I just thought that was fantastic. Real giving attitude.
Yeah, so a shout out to Starbase 24 especially for Macmillan support.
And there might be another Starbase there as well.
Yes, Starbase 0121. Keep an eye open for that one. Yeah. More to follow on that.
Right, well, you can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. And of course, there is the official Geekology website. Thank you for watching and good night.
Bye.